Hello everybody and welcome back to my reaction video of the final of Shanghai Masters. The final just ended and we saw clearly that the best player on court won today, and that was the young Russian Daniil Medvedev, whose final streak still continues after this sixth straight final here. And this guy probably doesn't know what the word stop means, because he's unstoppable right now. He just forces his ways to finals after finals, and there was no doubt today that he was the best player. He beat Alexander Zverev for the first time in 5 meetings, and he totally deserved it. They met twice last year, and one time in 2017 and first time in 2016. And I know from the beginning that Alexander Zverev's game with power and pace could damage Daniil Medvedev. But I knew that also that Zverev is not consistent enough to keep the level for 2 or 3 tight sets. If you have seen him playing this year or even last year, we saw the sign that he gets tired, he loses focus, he doesn't have the ability to be consistent enough to be a Grand Slam winner. That's why he haven't reached deep in the Grand Slams. He have won Masters, of course, but that's a different story, as we all know. But today, Zverev tried in the beginning. He was 0-3 down and he broke back, he leveled the match. But after that, he got another break point in Medvedev's serve, but he failed to deliver. And Medvedev stepped forward again. He showed no mercy. He played great. He did many drop shots that he got rewarded from. He did exactly what he have done the couple of months. He played his super ball striking machine tennis from the baseline, and where he barely misses. His serve percentage was high again. He won 85% of his first serves in. That's a remarkable number, and usually that means that you win the match if you have high numbers like that, because the opponent can't put their teeth in your serve. They can't give you disturbation that is needed. Maybe they can win tie breaks, but Zverev did some crucial double faults, especially in the first set when he had his own serve. When he was 5-4 down, it was 30-30 in his serve, and he made 2 straight double faults and gave the set to Daniil Medvedev. And same thing in the beginning of the second set, where he did another double fault to give the break to Medvedev, and from that there was one-man show. He barely missed in the second set, and he won this match fair and square with any doubt of a question. He was the best player. He showed once again that he's a force to rely on. He's consistent. He has every tool to be a top 10, top 5, maybe world number 1 in the future. He is probably the best player outside the big 3 right now. Maybe he's the best player in the world right now, together with Nadal, if you look at their form. Then we have a couple of other dudes like Tsitsipas, who showed good results here. We have Zverev, who did a superb tournament. He beat Roger, he beat Rublev, he bageled him even, and he should be proud of himself. He is very close of reaching the ATP finals, where he can defend his title from last year. But anyway, this video should be a little bit more about Medvedev, because he won and how he won. And something has happened to this guy since summer. Since Wimbledon, what have happened to Daniil Medvedev? Because before that you could beat him. He played good. He has won a couple of tournaments. He wasn't that consistent. He could lose early to nobodies. He could do great matches like he did in Shanghai last year when he lost to Roger Federer in the third round. But he has taken some major steps to and used his potential. He has developed his strength, and he knows exactly how to use his strengths on the court. He knows exactly what to do when he's on court. That's the main thing. And with this final, he has won 3 out of his 6 straight finals that he has won. It's 2 Masters and a tournament, ATP 250 tournament in Russia, in St. Petersburg, and he lost against Kyrgyz in Washington and Nadal at Toronto, and eventually in the US Open final. And this is a receive that his hard work has been rewarded. He is a great guy on court. He barely loses focus, and he's talented also, as we all know, but he's not afraid of pushing the balls. He spices up his ground stroke with drop shots and different angles. He approaches net when he can. He's not afraid of hitting the ball in critical moments when his opponent have a break point chances in his serve, or when the match is standing still. He's not afraid of doing his job, because as a tennis player you have to be mentally tough. Look at Alexander Zverev. He played superb in the first quarter of the match. He came down from 0-3. He leveled the match, and I thought, maybe this will be a tight set. It will go to tiebreak. But what happens after that? He loses focus. Medvedev plays, of course, much better than him. He makes him do this mistake because we know he's a ball striking machine, and he's plays like Djokovic from the baseline. He fishes up every point from every corner here and there, and that makes the opponent doubt, what can I do to beat this guy? How can I hit through him? Usually, as you know, you have to have pace and real power to beat a guy like Medvedev from the baseline, or mix up shots like Federer does, because Federer is an experienced guy. He knows maybe he can't rally for 15 or 20 balls. That's not Federer's signum. His job is to execute ultra aggressive first strike tennis. That's the other way to beat Daniil Medvedev, and that's the way you beat Novak Djokovic and Nadal also, because Medvedev is like almost like Rafael Nadal. He's not a Santa Claus. He doesn't give his opponent so much free points. You have to earn them, you have to work hard, and especially on a fast court like Shanghai, it's even more difficult because you got less time. If you run after point after point after point, eventually all the mistakes comes, and that's what happened again today to another player that he defeated. So Medvedev, if he can keep up this consistency for next year, he will fill up the room after Wawrinka, Murray, Del Potro. Those guys are somehow consistent. They are much more consistent like guys than like Dimitrov, Monfils, Berdych, Tsonga, Raonic, you name it, Nishikori. And he mean business now. He's going into this last quarter of the season, even if he doesn't win the other tournaments, in the next year's first Grand Slam at the Australian Open, everybody knows his name now. Everybody knows what he's capable of. Everybody knows that he can reach deep in Grand Slams also, because he lost the final at US Open to Rafael Nadal. And that means business. He can disturb up the big free mix and probably dethrone, because right now he's better than Federer. If you look at the form, he's better than Novak Djokovic. The only guy that has a higher status than him is, of course, Rafael Nadal. He has that status every tournament he plays. Ball in, ball out. You know, Rafa is Mr. Consistency. He has the fighting spirit of a tiger, a lion, you name it, whatever animal you want. Rafa will be there every point. He will make you suffer and punish you if you don't perform. And in the US Open final, Medvedev performed. He almost got Rafa. He almost got Rafa. Rafa even said it himself. He almost got me, but Rafa was a much clutch player. He was, I'm not gonna say he was more mentally tough than Medvedev. He just played better in the right moments and won that match. Fair and square, in my opinion. But Medvedev was so close. If he had defeated Rafa in US Open, he would probably have changed the dynamic in the ATP tennis tour a little bit more than he has done now. And I'm very proud of see a guy. This is what I want to see. Guys that can be consistent. We have a bunch of talented players. We have a bunch of players that can win Masters. Look at the Masters tournaments this year. We have Nadal and Medvedev, the only two guys that have won this Masters twice. Then we have other names like Team, we have Fognini, we have Djokovic, just to name a few of them. Maybe I've lost, and Federer, of course. Those are the players that won. And now we have one Masters left. We have the ATP finals left of this calendar year. So it's going to be very interesting to see how this season ends. Can Medvedev keep this consistency to Paris and then in the ATP finals? I wouldn't be surprised if he did, because he's on fire now. He knows he's there. He's with the big boys. And he knows he can beat the big boys. He has beaten Novak already this year. I don't think he has beaten Federer before. And he was close to defeat Rafa in the US Open final. But Rafa, on the other hand, thrashed him in Montreal, pardon me, where he won and even bageled him. So this guy has done some big progress from late summer to today. So hopefully we will see more of him. I don't want to be disappointed. I like his kind of tennis, even though he plays like a machine. But it's good to have new names, new blood, new fresh blood that can change the dynamic of tennis. And that's what Daniil Medvedev is on his way of doing. Alright, my friends, thanks for watching this video. Take care and bye bye.